Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day wherein I'm still not better yet. In some ways, I feel healthier. In some ways, I feel less healthy. I mean, when I woke up this morning, I was not wheezing and hacking and coughing and sneezing as much. I'm still coughing. I'm still clogged up here, but I don't feel as clogged. I'm not hacking as much. I'm not wheezing as much. I'm not sneezing as much. So that's a plus. That's a good thing. And I'm still having, not chills, but I was just really cold. So I put on my flannel shirt, and then within 30 seconds I was too hot and just dying of heat. So I took it off, and now I'm freezing again. So yay on that. Not healthy yet, and there's more I do want to talk about. But of course, I do want to say my sincere apologies for taking so long on getting the Patreon updated list done. My executive dysfunction has been bad this last season. Oh, and then being sick didn't help right now. So it's updated today, so yay. But front-loading the video, hey, if you could toss me a like if you like what you see in here, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, that too would be cool. I do enjoy comments to no end. I read them all, thumbs up each one I do. You know, I try to press through my executive dysfunction to answer as many as I can. I do my best. And of course, I would like to thank these Patreon patrons, these beautiful and awesome people on my newly updated list. And again, my sincere apologies for taking so long to get it updated. Executive dysfunction sucks. But these people are beautiful, awesome, literally helping to keep me alive. And that is appreciated to no end. I appreciate being alive. I know my little hamster Ghost appreciates being alive. And my kitty cat Amelia, she appreciates being alive as well. So thank you. Front loading over. So yeah. I'm not hurting as much, you know. I mean, I still hurt. I saw this nice little picture / meme thing online where it's about chronic pain and all that. Guy holding up a sign that says, if we don't say it hurts, it hurts. And if we say it hurts, it really hurts. And yeah, that's true. If I'm not talking about my pain, you know, assume that I am really hurting. And if I do talk about it, it's over and above. So joy on that. But I'm not hurting as much bodily, and I'm not feeling as terrible. I'm still clogged up. I still don't feel good. Still gonna take it easy today, and that'll be good. I'm having troubles with making things work. Time has slowed down because I took my ADHD meds this morning. It's only 8:27 when I'm recording this, and I'm 3 minutes into it. I have not been able to get moving, but time has slowed down. It's moving at a normal speed. It's just my brain is not functioning the way it should, and that part sucks. So I got the slowed down part from the ADHD meds. I just can't make my brain work the way it's supposed to. Love you, illness. So joy on that. Walkies was good. I can't remember a whole lot of it. I went round and round and round. One thing that does happen is I will forget where I am and what part of my walkies I am on, which is bad because I don't want to go walking too much, or I don't want to go walking too little. I can only walk so far before I inflame the nerves on my back, and then I can't walk anymore. I have to sit down and probably have to go lie down. 5-6 miles is pretty much the limit. So I don't want to go much further than that. So I come from downtown Shelton and up. I live in southern Shelton. There's downtown Shelton that you go down to, and then there's northern Shelton you come back up to. I come down into downtown Shelton. There's a whole bunch of loops, and then one of them, it's actually I have to double back and do the loop again. Many times I have walked along that and had to stop and go, wait a minute. Is this the first time I'm doing the loop, or is this the second time? Have I already walked through this area? And then actually have to stop and think. Because I'm usually so deep in thought up here, thinking about my setting and the various things that happen with it, that I will not pay attention to the outside world unless something forces me to, like the ground so I don't fall down, or people so I don't embarrass myself. I wouldn't embarrass myself. I mean, embarrassing yourself is largely just up here, and it's all up to you whether or not you're embarrassed, but other people don't care. But yeah, it's still socially awkward and all of that, so I think about stuff like that, yay. But Walkies was good. It was just cold, and thumbs up for that. I went walking various places and almost fell and killed myself on the railroad tracks. I gotta stop doing that in darkness. There is so much bad stuff that happens through there. You gotta be really careful. And if you can't see, you can't be careful. It's still fun though, even almost falling and breaking my neck. Yay. That's because you'll have the railroad ties, and they're never spaced evenly. You know, they're spaced roughly apart, but then they can be this far apart or this far apart, and sometimes the ground is right level between them, and sometimes it's a 6-inch dip between them, so you step wrong, you roll your ankle. Yay. It's a good thing. But I was out walkies, and I did all that. I have been gradually losing weight, which is good. I'm glad. I've been weighing too much again. I've been right around 200 for too long. Right now, I'm right around 190-ish, which is still kind of heavy. I'm only like 5'11". I'm between 5'10 and 5'11". I'm not quite sure exactly where. So, I mean, I'm older now, so obviously, I mean, you shrink. Your cartilage gets crushed and stuff like your spine, so I'm probably closer to 5'10 now, if not just exactly 5'10. But I don't know. I haven't, done my height yet. Yeah. Still, though, I do want to lose, another 10, possibly 20 pounds. Don't want to go any lower than 170. I look gaunt, unhealthy gaunt at that point. I do not understand the people that can, be 5'10 like me, and then weigh 140 pounds, and then not just look like a skeleton. I mean, take a look at my early videos where I was down at 160. I looked gaunt, like I was out of a camp where they hadn't been feeding us. So, I don't want to lose too much, or I'm going to look like I'm just dying. Yay. But I do want to lose some, so thumbs up on that. Yay. Past that, though, just taking care of my hamsters and my hamster, singular, my kitty cat, myself, and doing the best I can that way. Didn't do much here in this room yesterday. Time was pretty slow, and then it kind of sped up for a little while in the afternoon, and then it slowed down again. So, inconsistent effects from the ADHD meds, but then again, I'm sick, so thumbs up on that. Hopefully I am getting better, so yay on that. Luckily, again, I figured just a cold. I have had no problems with being able to smell things. I've had no problems being able to taste things. I'm largely clogged up here. I wheeze. I smoke cannabis, and I wheezed from cannabis before I got sick. So it's just a cold. I mean, everybody in the world is getting variations of the covfefe bug, and it's likely just a matter of time before I get it too. But unless my housemates bring it in, or someone really sick is at a store or someplace that I'm at, hopefully I'll be okay. Thumbs up on that. Still, though, I have been thinking about my setting and the various things that are all a part of it. And really, I've said this before, and I am amazed at how well this all holds together. I am the kind of person where if I'm building a house of cards, everything has to fit perfect. I tweeted about this, the difference between the various types of writers. There was Philip Marlowe, the guy, or that was probably the character, the guy who wrote a whole bunch of these old film noir type books that they turned into movies. And they were making a movie out of one of his books, and then they realized, oh, wait a minute, we don't know what happened. Major plot point. They couldn't figure out what happened. So they asked the guy, what happened here? Who did it? And he said, I don't know. It was just a huge plot point that never made sense, and he didn't care, and he sold the book, and it got on to become very famous. People loved it. It's made movies. Major plot point where the whole thing falls apart, and it's just, they don't care. Whereas me, if I can't figure out why a uniform would be of a specific color, or how someone could change a type of uniform color from one spot to the next, the whole thing comes collapsing downward. So luckily for me, everything I've had, nothing has been to the point that it's going to fall apart. Everything has fit together intricately, and I'm quite glad about that. One of the things that I have been thinking about, because it is a valid point, The Apple Rock Kaiju does go through every 5 years and rampage through the town of Apple Rock and eats a bunch of people. Sometimes not that many, sometimes a medium amount. This last time, which was the worst in recorded history, not recorded history, recent history. There have been things from the past where it had depopulated the area before. It's just, it was never that many people. So, I have mentioned that this is a very, very, very efficient digestive system within this beast. There are no droppings or fecal matter to go and find if you want to see what happens to everyone that it ate. Everybody that it eats is just after digestive processes, an odorless, colorless, tasteless gas that is slowly exuded out of the skin of the Apple Rock Kaiju. Doesn't matter how many people that it ate, their ultimate fate is just to be this colorless, odorless gas that's exuded. Unfortunately, you see, I mean, even in the outside world, we all live in our own Apple Rock. I've talked about this before. I live in the Pacific Northwest. The Pacific Northwest with Washington State, there's the Pacific Ring of Fire. It runs, like through Japan, Hawaii, all the way up the side of the United States. It's a big tectonic plate where there's a huge amount of volcanism and volcanoes. We have a lot of active volcanoes, and back in the 80s, one of them blew up and covered like the entire state in ash. So it's a horrific thing, and we are overdue for that fault to slip, and it's so overdue that when it goes, it's probably going to kill everyone. I like living here. I have fought to stay here my whole life. There are people that live on volcanic places where they lose their houses, but they just move and they stay on the volcano. We all live on our own Apple Rock, so is it that weird to think that people would stay there? Of course, remembering that this colorless, odorless gas, and on the inside you have more than just our senses and receptors. You have the sight. You're able to access and see more. You can see literally more if you have sight receptors. Everything is so much more on the razor's edge in the inside. One of the things about this colorless and odorless and tasteless gas is it hits a bunch of receptors because of its chemical molecular shape, and lodges in a whole bunch of these new sensory receptors that you have. And when it does that, it triggers feelings of community and safety and home. And also, if you get used to this excitation of your senses and you try to leave it, life feels flat and dull. And right around a time when this thing goes rampaging and people are worried and freaked out the most, that's when it goes to sit and it really starts pumping out this gas from its digestive system. And everyone is just flooded with this, basically undetectable because no one has any idea it's there, and it's heavier than air and slowly builds up. Doesn't need much. It's like carbon in the atmosphere. You only need a couple parts per million. Yeah, same here with this. So you're panicked. This thing has just gone through and eaten everyone, but you get this feeling of community and safety by banding together in Apple Rock with the people that have survived and vowing to stay together and then make it so that this doesn't happen next time. You're not going to leave. This is your home. These are your people. And if you try to leave, well, within a couple of weeks, you're back. Life is just flat and dull, and it feels dangerous and not in a fun way. So you head back, and things feel better then. So it takes about a month for everyone in Apple Rock after the rampage where 12,000 human beings are devoured by the Apple Rock Kaiju in an 8-hour period. They are flooded by this, and it takes about a month for it to really pick them back up from being rocked back on their heels, going, yeah, you know, it didn't eat me. I think I know what to do if it happens again. We're all right. I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna fix up my home. I'm gonna fix up my business, and this is my home. I am not leaving. Yeah, and then after a couple, 6-7 months of that, it falls back down to lower normal levels. So yeah, there's normal human reasons that people are saying we're contrary and stubborn and backwards and we do stuff that doesn't make any sense at all. And also, that Apple Rock Kaiju is just one hell of a bastard. One hell of a sadistic bastard. As a writer, I love it. As a human being, I hate that thing. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank as many people as left comments. As long as it's more than 0, that is awesome. Thank you so very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't American Sign Language, well, with my depression, fibro, being really sick right now, it's... So we have RANISERQ, thumbs up, and yeah, that's never a good idea. And then we have Jocelyn Williams, thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you in the comments. Not Kuro, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. We have Confused Owl 29. It's just a cold. It's hanging on there, but I'm older, so yay. And then Iced Morning, thumbs up and thank you. We have Ghost XX, greatly appreciated. Ezra, thumbs up and thank you. We have Honest Man, UTD fan, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, good to see you in the comments and thank you. We have Biscuit Glass. All of my videos stopped showing up in recommended. I'm not a big YouTuber, so my stuff just... it's life. There's Boss Man, thumbs up, absolutely. And then LOUISSENI, and then, you know, the Nina. Thank you very, very much. And that is it. Greatly appreciated. What is that? 12 people left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. You got me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text, if only for a short time. Greatly appreciated. Oh, I'm going to have to wrap this one up quick. I'm starting to lose energy fast. Hey, if you could check out my various links wherever they happen to be for your device, there's Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. And again, I would like to thank my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally beautiful and awesome. And I want to show my appreciation for you helping to keep me alive. It is definitely appreciated to no end. Oh boy, it is not easy to live in today's world when you've broken yourself. I worked 15 years as a nurse's aide, and that just wiped me out. I am broken. So thank you, each and every one of you. Now, of course, there's also, if you don't want to become a PayPal, see how quickly I am losing track because of not feeling good here. I also have a PayPal link if you don't want to become a patron. There's an Amazon wishlist link where there's stuff like cat food, and there's a Baphomet plushie on there. If someone can grab that, that'd be awesome. Again, don't feel obligated. I do not feel entitled, and if you cannot or do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence, and of course if you hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that too would be greatly appreciated. HOKEY smoke. So, remember to see creativity, positivity, and balance in your life. These are the mental things to do. For your physical stuff to do, try to, if you feel yourself getting sick, try to take better care of yourself than I tend to do. Stay hydrated and all that, so thumbs up on all that. And of course, with the Cafefe Bubka raging and almost 1 million Americans dead, what is it, almost 5 million worldwide? Please don't check out early. If you have to go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed mouth breathers, wear a mask, maintain your social distancing, wash your hands often, try not to touch your face, get vaxxed if you haven't, get a booster if you can. You don't want to check out of this early. It's not a joke. It's a disease. It's not a hoax. It's not a political thing. It is a virus. And it doesn't care if you live or die. It just wants to reproduce. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.